Why data? Well, you've already heard from Nico why data is so important, but ultimately data isn't an end in itself, right? Data is there to inform the decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis. Data's been a disruptor constantly through the previous few decades. As we get new generations of software coming through, we've realized that we need more and more data to be able to enhance the decision-making that we make on a day-to-day basis. And with each version of software, and including the Ocean platform, as Nico's already said, we recognize that actually the need for data, the need for telemetry, the need for us to gather that information to enhance our decision-making gets greater and greater. And that's because the tools that we've got as we go forward through that journey have been enhanced. Our ability to process that data has gotten stronger. As we have gone through that evolution, we've gone from a place where decision-making has been gut-led. We've all, I'm sure, started our careers where we were just making the best decisions based on the experience that we had, and then being forced through the realization that data and analytics has given us to really, re-examine what we've known and what we thought was the truth. One of the things that's been a real driver is around the accessibility of data. There's lots of people in the room that probably remember the days when data was the exclusive realm of finance and IT, and nobody else really had access to be able to do the kind of analysis that we do today on a daily basis. And also, the tools that now are available allow us to democratize that analytics to every one of us using visualization that's interactive and allows us to customize the views that we're looking at and get into the real detail. Just at the bottom of the page here, we've got 4 examples of where data is either transforming the businesses that we all work in right now, or is about to really be a game changer, whether it's through people analytics, whether it's assessment-based learning, which I think we're going to hear a little bit more about later on, IoT and asset maintenance, which is something that I think is an emerging technology and something that's going to be a real differentiator in the maritime industry in years to come. And then also in terms of route optimization, all massive things that data's at the real core of. Without the data availability, we wouldn't be able to make those kinds of changes. Within the maritime industry, we're seeing the changes coming through the availability of data and the tooling that we've got. But there are some real challenges specific to maritime that mean that we have to work just that little bit harder to be able to get there. Whether it's fragmented data sources coming from ship sensors, satellite systems, port databases, weather reports, all disparately in all sorts of different software, having to bring them together to be able to get the answers that we need. Complex data interactions, where we've got models that are bringing together things like maintenance, fuel consumption, or delays, and developing the reliable models that we need to make the predictions is that much more challenging. The other thing that is really quite specific about maritime and the challenge here is about the fact that we work with probably one of the most disconnected environments that exists today. Vessels are becoming more connected as we go forward, and we're looking forward to the day where everybody's got massive amounts of bandwidth and we can get the data immediately back onto shore, but that just isn't the case yet. And so it has a real impact on our ability to react. We can't make those immediate decisions, and sometimes stale data means you've just missed the boat. Sorry for the pun, but we can't always get those decisions made as quickly as we need. Being able to process the data, being able to get the data into the right format, being able to run our models quickly is obviously helping with that. But being able to get the data onto the platforms to be able to make those decisions is really the key part there. And then the regulatory environment that we operate in. There's often been in the past a conflict between compliance and innovation. That's still a valid challenge, and we work in a very dangerous industry and one that compliance has to be at the forefront. And then also, there's been sometimes in the past a minimum standards approach. The complex operating environment also has an influence on this, and data ownership can sometimes be a challenge in being able to get the right data sets together to be able to make those correlations and make those decisions. So we already heard from Nico about the ocean data, the ocean platform as a whole, so not always about data, honest. And I just want to call out here that the data analytics layer here is absolutely core to the platform, and it will take many different forms. We've already been working on this, and we're going to talk in a minute about one of the first things that we're able to launch as part of the work we've been doing on the data platform, and that's some interactive dashboards within our Learn product. But it's not just about dashboards. Around the room, there'll be people in organizations that have much more capability to be able to take the data out of our platform, feed it into your ecosystem, and to be able to get even greater insights. You'll already have that set up. And then also, we don't expect that what we provide as pre-canned reporting will be able to answer everything to everybody, and you might have specific requirements. So one of the key things we're going to be working on and launching soon is an analytics-specific API. Visualization tools need data in specific formats. There's a lot of work sometimes in modeling that data to get it in the right format for you to be able to use in things like Power BI or Tableau or other visualizations. And our aim is to be able to give you an API you can plug straight into those tools. We give you some templates, and you can then just start dragging numbers in and getting the value out of your data immediately. And then core to the platform is also predictive and prescriptive data product modeling that will run in the background and deliver either through dashboards, through those APIs, or even straight back into the platform with notifications, with jobs to be done, helping people to make the right decisions and get the right actions out of the back of it. So, probably the thing you really want to see is this, which is showing you, if we get it to play, what the new dashboards are going to look like. So it's within the OLP product here, and we can see that it's covering key numbers around personnel, installations, training requirements, and core usage of the platform. There's filters available, like any modern dashboarding tool. You can filter the whole page by a range of different attributes. And just seeing a custom date range going on here just now, so that you can focus in on a specific date range and get some answers around what might have been happening in a specific area. And then, like most modern analytics tools, we've got something called cross-filtering. Click on one visual, and then you can see the results changing on the page, focusing in on that, influencing the charts around it. Then moving on, you can see there, you'll also be able to export the data. So we've got CSV, Excel exports for each one of the visualizations. But also one thing I really like is you're going to be able to copy that visual one at a time out into an image and just drop that straight into a presentation and share it with your colleagues if that's what you're looking to do. We've then got a rundown in terms of the personnel configured within the system, broken down by a number of different attributes. And then one thing I really like here is within our our table of data, we've got this wildcard search that you'll be able to type in different values, and it'll automatically filter the data in each one of those to find some quick results. Moving on, we've got the installations tab here. So again, showing the installations by different attributes. One thing that's really interesting on this one that I don't think is possible so simply today is that you'll be able to see which of your installations have got the latest version of the software installed. It'll show you which version it is and how recently we've had data back. This is then moving on to the training matrix, how complete that is, showing that really quickly to get into where you've got either high or low completion rates, where you've got the gap, and then being able to maybe drive the conversations that you need to get those numbers moving. And then finally, we've got usage here, looking at all the different elements of the system. You can find out what type of thing people are doing in the system, which installations are using it either more or less than the others, and again, down into the raw data, the core learning records at the bottom. So this dashboard is ready. It's ready to go. We've got some customers in early adopter phase using it, and we're looking to roll that out over the coming months. If that's something you're interested in getting your hands on early, then please speak to your account manager. We'll add you to the list to make sure that we can get you access as soon as possible. It's included within your subscription as it is today, so everyone will get access to it. It's just we're rolling that out over the next few months. So what's next? Once we have rolled that out, we're looking at two critical dashboards in the first instance later on this year. So one is around a fleet product, looking at maintenance. So assets, jobs, job history failures, inventory, looking at component usage, jobs, and statistics around that. It's a screenshot of what we're working on just now there. Exactly the same interface, filtering, interaction, getting right down into the detail. If you're interested in finding out more about how that's going to work and what we're doing in that space, happy to talk about that later on today. And then crew, personal insights. This is about showing you the demographic distribution within your personnel pool at a glance, helping you to really hone in on where you've got either higher or larger numbers of people, looking at nationality, ranks, the experience that you've got. So really we want to help you understand where people might be on their promotion journey, where people are from crew movements, what contract lengths. So really starting to help you to analyse the mix of the crew that you've got and inform maybe some decisions around recruitment and retention on the back of that. And then looking forward to 2025. So as you saw there, the dashboard there that we went through in the Learn space is a great start, but it is exactly that. We want to delve much deeper into activity in the system, proficiencies, and analysing the data in that space. We've got more in the space of fleet for procurement and HSEQ. And then we've got compliance and certification and payroll analysis within the crew space that we're planning. We talked about the analytics API for templating, so that'll be coming later on next year as well. And then something we've already touched on earlier is port state control data. Really excited about what we're going to be doing next year on this. So we're going to be bringing together the data around port state control for the vessels that you operate, looking at then what learning objectives might be relevant for you to improve on the performance that you've got within detentions and deficiencies, helping you to take the right action, something I know that we've talked about previously, but we're going to be delivering that as part of this product. And then also looking at where you are trading, so your trading areas and what themes there might be around detention and deficiencies that we can help you with the right learning objectives, suggesting what you might want to be training your crew on more, and then also helping you to know what other actions you might want to take to intervene. We've got analytics that are going to bring together the data from learning and from our crew product. So this is where we get into the real benefits of having Ocean platform that brings all of those data together, so we can start leveraging into combined data sets. So with crew compliance and certification, we want to layer on top of that detailed data around learning activity. That will be leveraging some other software that we're going to be implementing that will give us much richer detail of what our learners are doing in the learning platform, looking at specific answers to questions, time they've taken in different topics, and other things as well. And then finally, we're looking at a predictive model around succession planning. So we'll be taking retention and attrition rates, promotion rates, experience levels within your crew, and then looking at who's going to be ready for promotion within there, where you've got gaps, where you have need for promotion, and then correlating that and deciding actually how much external recruitment do you need to be planning for in each period going forward, so that you can then start to understand what that looks like. So that's it from me, really. Yeah, I'm hoping that you're as excited about this stuff as I am, and I'll hand back to Alex.
Thank you so much, Robert.